Testing. Let's go. Let's go. Back at the stream. Back at the stream. So, I guess Ryan Cohen got sued again by Bed Bath & Beyond. It was a lawsuit that got thrown out a couple years ago or something. I don't know a lot about it, I'll be honest. But, yeah. So, they're trying to sue him for like 50 million, 47 million, something like that. I don't know the exact amount, the details. I honestly don't really care because there's no way Ryan Cohen's going to lose this case, but 50 million to Ryan Cohen probably isn't that much anyway, so I can't really have an opinion on this because does it really matter if Ryan Cohen like loses the case or not? Probably not. Probably not. But I can't believe we're at 28, bro. That shit's crazy. Well, almost at 28. Almost at 28. We're close. Trying. We're trying. Aloha Tundra. Haven't seen that name in here before. What's up, bro? What's up? Jared. What's up, Jared? Muma. What's up, Muma? Small fry. Small fry for now. What's up, bro? So many I missed you guys. I missed you guys yesterday. I didn't buy any shares yesterday either. I was at the airport or driving to the airport and I looked at the stock and I was like, damn, it's going to 25, sick. And then now we're here. So unfortunately I didn't get to buy more, but yeah. That's the life of travel. I hate traveling, bro. I fucking hate traveling. I'd rather sit here and watch my stock and stream my stream. But hopefully you guys had a good weekend. Hopefully you guys had a good weekend. Wasn't there another news? I think there's another news. Oh yeah, the meme trade-in value on Sunday. I assume you guys all saw that. That's hilarious. I didn't see that until yesterday. Or like later yesterday. Freaking 420.69 trade-in value on 420 only. Like that's hilarious. That's hilarious. And they can afford to do that, you know? So it's like I think that's cool. I think that's cool for the company to do a promotion like that, you know? How was Vegas? Anything exciting happen? WrestleMania was exciting, bro. WrestleMania was sick as fuck. Way sick. But other than that, I hate traveling, so no. Like, I absolutely hate traveling. I grew up traveling, like, with my grandparents and stuff. They always traveled, and I was always getting dragged along. So I just don't even like traveling at all. But WrestleMania was sick as fuck. It was that made it worth it alone. Luckily. WrestleMania was awesome. It was so good. I would even if you're not a wrestling fan, I would recommend like going to a show or something if you ever have one in your city, cuz it's good. It's so good. Trisha, what's up, Trisha? I hope you had a good weekend, Trisha. So good to see. Always good to see that name in here. Always good to see that name. You got Tesla earnings after hours. Bitcoin fucking finally broke 87,000, so that's crazy. And we don't even know where GameStop bought Bitcoin. What if they bought the bottom, bro? What if they bought 76,000? And they're just the most you know, Ryan Cohen is a G, so like I wouldn't even put it against him that they bought at 76,000. I would not be surprised at all. Like Ryan Cohen's a straight G. So you got GE, Verizon. Oh, that was all in the morning. But Tesla after hours. Anything else? Steel Dynamics, like a steel company, if you're interested in like commodity stuff. Some energy things. There's a few earnings, but obviously everyone's going to be watching Tesla. Oh yeah, I think Chubb's something. I can't remember what they do, but yeah, so we'll be looking out for Tesla after hours. I need to swap glasses. These things are way too uncomfortable. They're really cool, but I can't wear that. There we go. It's good to be back. It's good to be back. Let's go. GameStop's crushing, bro. GameStop's absolutely crushing. Gotta love it. You gotta love it. What's Chewy at? Well, I'll check Chewy in a minute. Almost 91,000. I haven't even looked at the chart, but it's what we've been talking about that for a while. How it needs to climb to 87 and break it, and it finally did it. It's awesome. But stocks have a lot of work to do. Crypto's crushing. Absolutely crushing. I wonder what that SMLR is doing. I don't think we're going to do insider buying today unless there's literally nothing to do. There's a lot of insider buying that I need to do, but I just have no interest in insider buying right now. 34? It's not bad. Doing really good, actually. Up 15%. That was a solid pick, I think. What about Riot? Riot's doing really good too. Damn. Man, I should always just do what I think is like the right thing, because it usually tends to work out. Chewy's crushing too, almost $36. Holy shit. I should have more money at risk. I don't have enough at risk, but it's okay. It happens. Happens to the best of us. Heard Ryan Cohen put up his GME shares, use leverage to buy a lot of Bitcoin. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know where you would have heard that, but I don't know. I don't, yeah. I don't know where you would have heard that, but as long as my stock goes up, that's all I care about. And if Bitcoin goes up, that's good for my stock, so I'm happy about that. But I don't until I see proof. I can't put any weight or care towards that. You know, there's got to be actual proof. Can't just people say stuff all the time and it's never right. So you know how it goes. You've been here forever. You know my feelings on the tinfoil stuff. Source is familiar with the matter. Source, trust me, bro. Source, trust me, bro. What's up, Matt Romano? How you doing, bro? Vegas was alright. WrestleMania was sick. I walked so much, dude. I'm so dead right now. I wasn't even gonna stream today. Like, I was just gonna sleep all day. Straight up. Like, I am dead as fuck, bro. I walked so much. And my shoes were trash. So my feet are wrecked. I walked barefoot most places because my shoes were just so bad. Yeah, I saw. Well, I didn't see Tony. Marab was there too. Marab Davalishvili. Nobody cheered him, really. I was pretty upset. I'm like, bro, that's literally like one of the best fighters in the UFC. You're not gonna cheer him? They cheered Israel. Fuck Israel. Marab's way better than Israel. Like, what? You're not gonna cheer Marab just because he whooped Sean O'Malley's ass? And fucking Umar. Chevron sees no sign that U.S. is close to a recession. Some tennis pro playing pickleball tournament. ChatGPT adds Washington Post content to growing list of OpenAI media deals. What's that? Oh, dude, there's so many fucking Zeusks out there, bro. I think Amazon and Anthropic own Zeusk. Or Zooks. Not Zeus. Zooks. Isn't it Zooks? Yeah. Yeah, dude. There's so fucking many of these out there, bro. And they're not like picking up passengers or anything. They're just literally training the AIs. Like some of like this thing, there's not even someone in it. It's just driving around the city, just collecting data, bro. And then they have the Toyota 4Runners or whatever they are, and like those have a person in the driver's seat just watching everything, but the actual like bus things or what, I don't even know what they're called. I don't know what this thing is. I don't know what it's called. Robo-taxi or some shit like that. The AI bus. Yeah, that thing just drives around. No driver, no nothing. Like, it's no. AI is gonna be crazy. I was having some crazy thoughts while I was in Vegas. I'm like, bro, it's gonna start with like, they're gonna train the AIs as up to the point they have to, and then eventually it's gonna become like an AI lane, and then it's gonna be two AI lanes, and then people are gonna see how efficient the AI is running and how efficient it's driving and dropping off people, and people are gonna eventually like catch on and want fucking and want to get a robo taxi or just get rid of their car and only take robo taxis, assuming it's affordable, which I assume it will be. It's just, yeah, bro. AI is gonna be crazy, bro. AI is gonna be crazy. But that's how it's gonna start, I think. That's straight up how it's gonna start. It's just gonna start with one lane, and people are gonna see how fucking efficient it is and how awesome it is not to have to drive. Because I personally hate driving, so I absolutely hate driving. So if I could get in an AI and have it take me where I need to go, that'd be sick. See recession, that's how I know the market's about to pump. Yeah, it's very 50-50. The news is very negative, but like it's still like a less than 50% chance that we have one. So it's kind of weird. Moose, what's up, Moose? It was a good trip. WrestleMania was sick. So sick. Vegas, whatever. Like, I honestly hate, like I said, I hate traveling, so yeah. WrestleMania was sick though. That made it worth it. That alone. Can't beat a Pokemon game? Wait, what? I don't even know. You should travel more. You'd probably be a billionaire off your observations. I hate traveling though. I just don't like it. Like I say, like if I become rich, like that's what I would do is travel, but like in reality, I probably wouldn't. I'd probably just sit at home because I just do not like traveling. What's up, Kristen? Nah, no 6ix9ine. I don't know what happened to him. I don't think we're ever gonna see 6ix9ine again. I'll be honest. Which is whatever. That's streaming. That's streaming for you. People come, people go. It is what it is. See. First stop Australia. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Ugh. I'm so done with traveling, I think. I'm so done. Snitch 9 mystery. Yeah. So weird, right? He comes in, donates like $1,000, and then he just disappears. You know, not only did he donate $1,000, he was here all day, every day. Like when I was streaming for like 9, 10 hours, he was here the whole time. Like, it's, yeah, weird. Very weird. Very weird. But yeah, I went and tried to look for him too. Like I went in the high limit room and tried to see if I like saw anyone who I think it would be, but nothing. Seen an article about Ryan Cohen, the Bed Bath and Beyond lawsuit. Yeah, I saw it. It's a lawsuit from like a few years back. They're trying to reopen it, so it most likely won't. Nothing will happen because you can't fucking. I don't know. I don't know how the law like if like I said they already threw it out, so it's really unlikely that it'll actually go through. But I just personally can't see a reality where Ryan Cohen loses that case because like what? Bed Bath and Beyond was shit. It was on its way to bankruptcy. So like you can't you can't blame Ryan Cohen for selling his fucking shares out of a shit company. Just because the stock price went up isn't it's not Ryan Cohen's problem. I think something not good happened because he literally doesn't get offended. Be very surprised if he got pissed about something. Yeah, I mean, I hope nothing bad happened. Hopefully, hopefully he just moved on. He doesn't want to watch the stream anymore. Like, hopefully, I don't know. But yeah, very weird. Very weird. Commented most in chat. Yeah, he was so active, and even when he wasn't active, you knew he was here. He was still listening. Fake Roaring Kitty. No, Fake Roaring Kitty's been here a couple times. Ken Griffin's Hugh, which I haven't seen Hugh yet. Wonder where he was. And then, yeah, I think Ryan Cohen was 6'9". There's a lot of news that like Trump's gonna fire Powell or something, but I think it's just news. I don't think that would be like a reality. Let's see, is there anything else here? Lockheed Martin profit rises on resilient defense demand. Gold's at 3,500. Damn, that's insane. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. People are like rotating into commodities. That's so odd. They're rotating into Bitcoin and gold and GameStop. I don't. GameStop's like not really commodity, but like it has commodity type aspects in a way, similar to like Bitcoin. Has a certain amount of shares. Very interesting. Can Trump fire him? I don't think so. That's why it's weird that I keep seeing that news, because I really don't think he even can. No 420 news. Yeah, not surprised. At the 42069 for yeah, that was funny. That's a cool promotion, I think. I think that's just a cool thing to do. Just, bring value to customers. If someone wants to get rid of their Xbox, And you know, that would have been a good deal for someone. Trading my Switch and pre-order Switch 2. Nice. For one day though, is only valid for Sunday. Yeah, I know. That was still though, that's a cool promotion. You know, it's good marketing. And anyone who wanted to get rid of their Xbox or something got a really good price for it if they went and traded it in on that day. Like, yeah, GameStop's. I get more and more bullish on GameStop day by day. I'm very upset that it didn't go to $25, and I'm very upset I didn't add more on 26. But I'm so bullish on GameStop, it's insane. It's just so good. They're just on their way. They're on their way up. Power packs are killing it. They put like an average of $10 worth of Pokemon and sell it for 60. Well, I mean the packs alone are worth like $15 because isn't it 3 packs and a PSA? All right, any Bitcoin articles here? Oh yeah, I wanted to read this one. Maybe we could read this one. It's probably like a technical analysis thing. You think GameStop paying $5 a pack? I mean, that's not really what I meant. I mean for the customer. I don't know how much GameStop pays for it. Quantum computers. What? Oh, it's a take. Not really many Bitcoin articles. But then the PSA cards have value, you know, by themselves because you have to pay. What is it? So 95 divided by 4, I think, or 5. So you have to pay $19 a card to get it graded. So, you know, so 19 bucks for the grading alone plus, you know, 15 bucks for the pack. That's 34. And then, you know, you get the gamble aspect of it cuz you could pull something from the packs or get like a decent PSA on top of that. So, you know, I would never buy one, I don't think. But there is value there for some customers, especially people who want packs. Like if you don't care what pack, you just want to open some packs, and that's the only way to get packs. Or, you know, you get the pack and you save it. Who knows what the pack could be worth in the future? I don't know. It's very cool though. Sup, Tina? No clue. No clue, but I don't personally I don't care when we're on kitty posts. I don't know why people care so much. Like, do you not see what GameStop's doing? Like, isn't that enough? Like, why do you care about like it'd be cool if he posted, but at this point, like who cares? GameStop's crushing and Bitcoin is crushing and GameStop bought Bitcoin, so good enough. Good enough in my eyes. I don't need a tweet personally. I just need the company to keep doing what they're doing. I don't know, what's this? There's so many articles. I'm just gonna skim through some of them and see if they're any good. Damn. Political philosophy. Oh, that's a book. Strategy buys 555 million worth of Bitcoin yesterday. Damn. They bought so much. I think they bought like over 2 billion worth down at like the 80s. That's crazy. Maybe more. They buy it from the customer undervalue, then sell it for the market or in the power packs. Pretty cool. Yeah. It's a good move. There's a lot of shit in there. Yeah, it's one of the last like corporate toy stores in a lot of ways. Like of course like Walmart has a toy section, but it's very it's cool. Local GME is empty, got like cobwebs. maybe it's on its way out, you know? Maybe the lease just isn't up yet, but it's just one of those stores that when the lease ends, it's probably going to be gone. Who knows? Because the one by my house is like kind of trash. But then I went to the one where I graded my cards, and that one was like really amazing. Like I was really impressed with the one I went to for the card grading. I wonder if fuck man. What kind of profit are they gonna post next year? What if my estimate's like low? What if they post like 400? Dude, if Bitcoin goes up, that could be crazy. They could post nuts. Probably getting robbed too much or something. Who knows? Be working there is like Peter Griffin. What? What the heck? There's so much news. This is why I hate vacation. Now I have to catch up on everything. When I just sit at the computer all day every day, I'm already caught up on everything. I don't have to like revisit all this stuff. Cuz I don't look at my phone ever. No way. That's got to be cap. I saw that dude in a Danny Duncan video recently. Like a month ago. I seriously might never go on vacation again. I'm not even joking. I seriously might not. I wanted to watch this. Bro. I guess Stone Cold almost ran over someone. And he ran into the barricade. That shit was hilarious. Fucking Stone Cold. What? What? A lot of people in the pro program. Oh yeah, that was something with the meme deal. Like to trade in your Xbox, you had to be a pro member. So, if you weren't a pro member and you went and traded it in, I don't know. That was a cool promotion, I think. That was a really cool promotion. Oh, yeah, I wanted to read about this. XQC Marvel Rival Tournament. Has anyone in here seen the power packs, like, in person? Or bought one? No way. Dude, there's so much news. This is gonna be insane. I might not like read all these articles. I'm probably gonna skim through and then like if it's good, I'll read it. But yeah, there's just too many. There's too much new. I missed too much. Price would be like 150 for an EV retail. Resold like scalpers, they're gonna be selling for 300. Destined Rivals gonna be 150. Damn. You have to be a pro member to buy any Pokemon cards. Yeah, yeah. I believe so. 3 GMEs near me. Other one hours away. Ain't never seen one pack of nothing in the GME. They bone dry. Huh. That's wild. Ow. I've never seen Pokemon in GameStop either. I've seen sports cards, but never Pokemon. I don't even think I've really seen any Pokemon out in the wild besides the packs I opened. Oh yeah, I didn't get any 10s. All those cards were 9s. That shit sucks. They should have gave me 10. Alright. Okay, I've looked at all that. Holy freaking articles, dude. Oh my god. That's insane. That's insane. It says, I don't even know if I'm like allowed to read this on YouTube. It says Roblox has a community of players who recreate school, you know. That's insane. Oh yeah, John Cena won. I don't know if anyone cares. It's pretty epic. And now it's going to be Randy Orton versus John Cena. It's a power move by the WWE, bro. Such a power move of marketing, bringing back, making John Cena the champion. The Ric Flair held the record of the most times winning the championship, and now John Cena holds it at 17. But now Randy Orton, who's also like a really OG character in wrestling, did his like special move on him last night on Monday Night Raw. So now it's gonna be two legends, like super legends, fighting, and it's gonna bring back like a lot of OG fans who haven't watched wrestling in a long time because people are gonna be interested in that. And WrestleMania was 1.1 billion views or something like that over the weekend. Like it was the most viewed event ever for not ever, but as far as wrestling goes, the most viewed event. 1.1 billion views. So, wrestling is going to get fucking massive again. Oh, he dropped the RKO. He did, bro. He RKO'd John Cena. Oh, bro, they're bringing the OGs back. They're bringing the OGs back for one final marketing push before they push like all the new the people who are already like established and the new up and comers, or I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, the OGs are coming back and they're gonna attract a lot of fans, or old fans, I guess I would say. And wrestling's like actually pretty good now. I don't know what this is, but maybe we'll read about it. But yeah, the marketing play is crazy on that wrestling. Alex Schur, what's up, Alex Schur? Hope you're doing good, bro. Hope you had a good weekend. Wait, what did I miss here? Scarlet Violet sitting on the shelves. They bought the shit out of them. Temporal Forces, 3-pack blisters. Series 1 on the power pack. You drop more series or them. Oh, really? Interesting. $96 break-even point. Almost there. Nice. I don't think you have to worry about a break even if you actually believe in GameStop. It's going I mean, not financial advice, but it's going a lot higher in the next 5 to 10 years. So if you're worried about a couple dollars, I can't relate. I'm sorry. I'm in this for a long time at this point. Although I did like sell a little bit, like, 50 shares today. I only have like another 50 that I'm willing to sell, and I plan to sell that at like 29 probably. And then wait to see if we go back to like 25 or something. And then, if we start climbing into the 30s and the market starts looking good, maybe we'll just start adding again. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I thought it was going to 25 yesterday, and that would have been sick, but it didn't. Yeah, I want to see that. What the heck just happened? Just refresh my page randomly. I get back yesterday. Yeah. I was so dead yesterday. Actually dead. Assassin's Creed Shadows on the Steam Deck? That's pretty clutch. Darth Jar Vader? Darth Jar Jar, bro? On Fortnite? That's sick. Darth Jar Vader. I want to read about the GameStop meme deal since I missed that. Renting video game consoles is back. I wonder, that'd be interesting if GameStop started doing that. Started renting out consoles and stuff. I never really thought about that. That could be interesting. They could also rent games again. Like, what if that'd be crazy. What if GameStop brought back, like, the Blockbuster model? You know how fucking crazy that would be? Like, they give you, instead of giving you a disc, they give you, like, a code that expires in, like, a week or two or something. Gives you, like, access to the game. That would be so interesting. Bro, that's a crazy idea. I just barely came up with that randomly. What the fuck? That's a crazy ass idea. Marvel Rivals is getting swimsuit skins? What the hell? I mean, I don't blame them, but that's hilarious. Micro SDs are selling out because of the Switch 2. I have so many fucking tabs open. Some Zon Vegas. Bro, I smoked too much. We would literally gamble. So we'd sit and spin for like an hour or two. Then then would bounce, smoke, back to spin, back like all night. Like, it was stupid. I feel like trash, honestly. Make any money? Nah. I got some good bonuses. They just didn't pay out. My friend hit a major jackpot on 50 cents. It was like $600 for 50 cents or something like that. 650, something like that. Pretty good. He crushed. I showed him. He's never gambled really before, so I was showing him what to play. So it was someone won. That's all I care about. I don't expect to win because I fucking hate slots. And I always lose on slots. So I hate slots, but yeah. I did not win, but my homie won. So that's all that matters to me. Beginner's luck. I mean, yeah, but also I'm, showing him what games are good. Because there are certain games that are actually like pretty decent. You got to kind of know what you want to play. I just don't have luck with slots. Like I hit a gold spin on the Wheel of Fortune. It should have been like 500 or $1,000 payout, and it literally fucking, instead of hitting the 5x spin, it hit 45 fucking dollars on a $10 spin. So like, I just get fucked every time I play slots. Like I know what games to play, and I just don't have good luck. That's why I gotta like be like sports betting and doing things I can like research and then bet on, because I just I just don't have luck. I just know what to do. That's all. I just know what to do, but I don't have luck. I'm just a fucking nerd and I learn about things when I get interested. Hugh G, what's up, Hugh G? I'm gonna see, for the first time in August, what games I should play. I like Dragon Links and Locket Link Piggy Bankin'. Buffalo can be good, but I hate Buffalo. If you can play video poker and you know how to play video poker, obviously Ultimate X is, the number one game. Like for me, that's the only thing I'm going forward. Maybe I'll spin some penny slots for fun, but I will never play any slots ever again. Like I will only do high limit Ultimate X video poker, because there's the payouts on these like couple dollar bets and shit is trash. When you can bet $100 on Ultimate X, and basically every hand you get money back or make money. So it's realistically like you're betting like $20 to $50 instead of 100. And yeah, it's yeah, that's the only game I'm playing ever again, is high limit Ultimate X, and maybe penny slots just for cheap fun entertainment. But I'm sick of fucking slots. That shit is so stupid. Slots are so, I hate Vegas. I fucking hate Vegas. Should have just put it all in GameStop. Just gambled every dollar. all 200K. Would have been the better move than ever gambling on anything else. But it's whatever. But yeah, those are like the 3 games I like. And there's some other like random games I like to play, like Planet Moolah. And there's some table games I like, but I'm pretty selective on the things I play. But I think Dragon Links is probably one of the best games in the casino. You just have, the bonus just hits so frequently. It doesn't pay out big all the time, but being able to get in a bonus frequently is helpful. Like I probably saw like 100 bonuses this weekend, and only like a couple of them were actually like crazy decent payouts. Maybe, not crazy, but decent. Ryan Cohen waiting for Bitcoin all-time high buy. They're just not going to announce it. I'm sure they already bought. Sure they bought a long time ago. Who knows, though? Who cares? Till they actually say anything, I really don't care what happens. Never been to the casino. Rolled dice with the homies, though. I wouldn't recommend it. Personally. I wouldn't recommend it. DCA buying physical Bitcoin. What? What are you guys even saying? It's like he's picking up trash on the highway. He's just got that little claw thing, picking up bitcoins. I have too many articles up. Kingdom Hearts teaser. New Kingdom Hearts game would go crazy. Twisted Metal Season 2. Alright, I think we're caught up on that. Oh, interesting. God, I hate this. There's so many things to review. And I don't, it's not even like I have to do it. Like, you know, I could just not care, but I like to be updated with everything. I finally got to reading this Thinking in Bets. I think I'm changing my new favorite book. I think anyone who does stock trading or something, you should read this. I think you should read this. Thinking in Bets by Annie Duke. I think it will change your life if you actually apply the things that it's talking about. It's a very interesting book. Duolingo to start offering chess lessons? That's genius. I read this book a few years ago. It's fucking good, dude. It's so good. I haven't finished it. I'm only halfway through. But it's a picture book. Definitely not. I read books all the time. I mean, not all the time, but I've read so many books on like mostly on stocks, mindset. It's a book on mindset. It's a book on how to think about betting, and it's a good ass book because it's an accurate ass book. It talks about how most people think about betting and the things they say to themselves, and it's a crazy book. It's written by like a professional poker player. It's fucking good, and yeah, it's accurate. Needs a reread. Definitely needs a reread. I just think a lot of people should read that book because if you can truly understand what it's talking about and apply it, you would have like literally no stress on your life when it comes to like gambling and stuff like that. I guess I shouldn't say gambling. I guess I should just say betting because I think betting and gambling are a little bit different personally. So many articles. Uber shuttle. Hey, what's up, Kev? My book is easy. Buy, hold, end. Uh, Fair enough. I mean, that's kind of what it is. But it's just coming from a different perspective. It's a, perspective of a poker player, which, you know, betting poker is, I wouldn't say it's similar to betting on stocks and stuff like that, but people who play poker do way more bets than anyone else. Kev 83. Now let's wait 10 years. All in. I think that's the same article as this one. Yeah. Fire Festival is becoming a music streaming service that might not be a scam this time. What? They're promoting that? Dude, there's so many articles that I like. I'm definitely not gonna read all of these, but this is insane. FTC sues Uber over claims company makes subscriptions hard to cancel. I saw that. If the stream gets laggy, let me know, because I have so many tabs open right now. Valorant Mobile is coming out in Japan, or China, I mean. Bethesda revealing Oblivion remake. This is ridiculous how many articles I've missed. Alright, I'm gonna start like reading some because it's pretty late in the day. Or just start going through some. All these Bitcoin ones are gonna be long as fuck. Oh, this sucks. Never mind. I'm just gonna keep finding articles and then I'll just start going through them. It's gonna be a long week of reading. NY Auto Show this weekend, saw some sick cars to pick. I mean, I won't tell you what to do after Moas hits, but I definitely wouldn't buy a car. No cause. All right. I think that's that. The Internet of Money. Never heard of it. A Bitcoin book. How good is it? 1 to 10. Because I don't know if I want to read a Bitcoin book. It looks like it could be interesting. Hmm. This does look actually pretty good. Or like it could be good. Just as like a... Just to understand all the basics, I guess. A lot of information here. Hmm. I need to save that some... I need to log into my Amazon. So I can put that on the watch list. What is my Amazon? I haven't logged in to Amazon in quite a while. That? Nice. I can't see. I forget how to put it in the cart or the wish list. I think you have to put it in the cart and then go here and then save for later. Yeah, cool. Nice. Yeah, I might check that out. Got an audiobook on it on YouTube for free. Or what is it again? Internet of Money. Oh, nice. I could just listen to it.
The Internet of Money. Praise for the Internet of Money. I've always wondered what would have happened if we had built one-click payments into...
All right. No, I don't. Then I don't have to read. And then I don't have to buy the book. I guess that'll be easy. Good. Good. Thank you, Muma. Thank you. 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 that saves me a lot of time because like actually reading a book is kind of time consuming. Listening is a lot more efficient. I feel like you take in the information about the same, but I don't know. I feel like I get more like into it reading when I'm listening. It's a little passive, but I'm just a really forgetful person, so it's hard for me to remember like everything. I can only take like the key points and just use the or ride with those. Just thought being a fresh crypto bull. Well, I'm definitely not bullish on crypto, but it would be cool to see it go up. Informative, boring if you have no interest. I like boring. 4-hour listen or 12-hour read. I ain't a speed reader. I think I could probably read faster than listening to it. I don't know. I don't know how many pages is that book? Because the Annie Duke one's like 200 pages. It's probably about the same. Same for at least for me. There's just a lot of like filler in books. So I tend to speed read, and then if there's anything that like catches my eye, I'll go back and reread it. There's so much filler in books. Because, like, to print a book, you have to have a certain amount of words in it or something like that. And most people don't, can't put enough information to fill a book. So they have to put a lot of filler in. Andreas Antonopoulos. Never heard of him. Andreas Antonopoulos. This guy, Antonop. Him? This guy?
Good evening, everyone.
What was that?
Good evening, everyone.
The greatest crypto explanation ever.
Good evening, everyone.
18 minutes. I like details, though. I don't know. Do you think it... What do you think? Do you think I should read the fucking book or watch YouTube videos? What's going to be the best way to understand the basics? Even, I get the basics for the most part, but like what's going to give me the most details about the basics, I guess? Probably the book, I assume. He's just going to give me all the points, right? He wrote the book, so I imagine it's all in his talks anyway. Ah, okay. Well, then I'll just read the book. I didn't know he was the... I literally didn't look at the author, so I didn't know he was the one who read the book. But if that's just him, I'll just read the book. I'd rather read the book, because then I can, I could watch the videos later and actually know what he's saying. Rather than learning from the videos, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense, but makes sense to me. You like Rogan? Rogan's okay. He's a good host. I just don't watch a lot of podcasts. Unless it's like someone I really like. Oh wow, that's an old one. 2 hours. Okay. Damn, this guy was talking about Bitcoin 8 years ago on Rogan. Holy shit. That's insane, actually. What a boss. This guy's a fucking boss. This guy's a boss. Alright, I'll read the book. I'll read the book. But that's crazy. I'll probably read the book, watch Rogan, and probably end it there, most likely. I just want to see what he was talking about back then. Because that's actually crazy that he's 8 years ago on Rogan talking about Bitcoin. Bitcoin was probably fucking just like dirt cheap. Like, I don't even know how much Bitcoin was 8 years ago. Probably worth nothing. Literally. Sup, Short Fridays? How you doing, my friend? Whoa, what the hell just happened to this? Alright, I guess. Roger Ver, Richard Hart, I'll have a real take on the fundamental societal value of crypto. Roger Ver. Richard Hart. Okay. Do they have like do they also have books or are they videos? I mean, are they all talking about the same thing as well? Like if they're all just talking about the same thing, then I don't want to go and watch each of them. Or do they all have like different takes? Cuz I'd imagine they're all the same. All right, luckily there's not a lot of gaming news really. So that's nice. I assume there's nothing on this website because there really never is. I don't even know why I have this one in the loop. I think it just posted something one time that nobody else posted about, so I threw it in here. Okay. Rogers wanted at the money. Richard likes to debate on his podcast. Similar takes, I suppose. Alright, well, I'll just stick to Andreas then. He seems like he's the most legit one. Since he's, been on Rogan and shit. I would just assume he's probably the most legit. And he's the first person you mentioned, so I'll just stick with him, and then, when I'm done with all that research, I'll decide if I want to learn more. Alright, I've got 1 million articles now. So, that's exciting. Reading. They're not really actively buying. Not yet. They're all the US is doing is like taking forfeited crypto from scams and the scams they actually like forfeited crypto basically. That's all. I don't think they have a buying program yet. I did see like an article, I can't remember exactly what it's about, but there was some way that they were going to start a buying program. I forget what it was about. What was it? I can't remember. Put 250K up for a tournament. That's pretty interesting. I guess Aiden Ross started like a fighting thing. I saw something about that recently. Can't remember if I was on stream or not. I guess there's Orange Pepsi. It's a limited edition. I'm not reading about that. Don't really care. I guess we have to read the GameStop article, right? It's kind of... You know what? I'll save the GameStop articles for last because I'll probably end up reading them tomorrow, and we'll read them at the start of the stream. All right, I want to read this one. Netflix CEO said podcasts will find their way onto the platform as it looks to sign YouTubers. Netflix is looking to add podcasts to its growing arsenal of content as the streaming platform has set its sights on bringing YouTubers on board. With more and more content creators entering the mainstream, Netflix is looking to bring them on board as part of its new strategy. Previous reports have indicated that Netflix was exploring deals with podcasters, but now it appears that we have confirmation. On April 17th, Netflix held its quarterly earnings call, where the topic of podcasts coming to the streamer was brought up and if they'd work on the platform. According to Netflix CEO Ted Sarandos, it wouldn't be a big surprise if video podcasts come to the platform eventually. As the popularity of video podcasts grow, I suspect you'll see some of them find their way to Netflix. Sarando further added that the lines are getting blurry between what constitutes podcasts and talk shows. This comment comes days after the CEO claimed Mr. Beast wouldn't have lost $80 million on YouTube if he was making content on Netflix instead. Furthermore, he stated that YouTube is ideal for creators to develop an idea before being brought to the streamer. We've already begun to see this strategy applied too. In April, comedy podcast Kill Tony broke its 12-year streak, uploading uploading to YouTube. Let's see. YouTube venturing into the podcast game also put in direct YouTube venturing into the podcast game would also put it in direct competition with Spotify, which in 23 renewed its contract with Joe Rogan in a blockbuster deal reportedly worth up to $250 million. Okay. Do I really care about Dream? I don't think so. He's just trying to rebrand his image, I guess. I don't know. I don't want to read about that. We'll see when it happens. There's too many articles to be reading. That one could be good. I'll save it though. I think a few of the so many articles. All right. Strategy buys 555 million worth of additional Bitcoin. Strategy has acquired an additional 6,556 Bitcoin, according to a Form 8K filed with the SEC on Monday. The purchase made between April 14th and April 20th brings the company's total Bitcoin holdings to 538,200 Bitcoin, acquired at an average price of 67,000 per coin. Well, 67,766. The latest acquisition was funded through the company's 2 at-the-money stock offering programs. Strategy sold 1.76 million of shares, generating 547 million and over 91,000 shares of its 8% Series A perpetual strike preferred stock. Wait, strike? What's that? STRK? Raising an additional 7.8 million. What? What's strike? Never seen this before. It's kind of like a Berkshire type thing where they just have 2 different stocks, or did they change their ticker? No, because yeah, that's weird. That's weird. I wonder if GameStop will do something like that. Strategy has spent $36.47 billion on Bitcoin to date, maintaining its position as the largest corporate holder of Bitcoin. Company's latest purchase was executed at an average price of $84,785 per Bitcoin, reflecting the recent surge in Bitcoin's prices. The software company continued accumulation comes as Bitcoin trades near 87,300, pushing Strategy shares up 2.77% in pre-market trading. The firm still has significant capacity for further purchases with the common stock at the money program and STRK shares program. These programs provide the company with flexible funding mechanisms to continue its Bitcoin accumulation. What is the STRK strategy program? I don't know about that one. It's Bitcoin strategies, aggressive Bitcoin acquisition strategy led by Saylor. It's transformed the company from a business intelligence firm into a de facto Bitcoin investment vehicle. Company has consistently used market opportunities to raise capital through stock offerings and deploy it into Bitcoin. Strategy maintains a public dashboard on its website, providing real information about Bitcoin, blah, blah, blah. Okay, what is this? STRK share program. Announced that it has entered into a sales agreement pursuant to which Strategy may issue and sell shares of its 8% Series A perpetual strike preferred stock, having an aggregate offering of up to 21 billion. Shares of the perpetual strike preferred stock are convertible by the holders into shares of Strategy's Class A common stock. Strategy expects to make sales of perpetual strike preferred stock pursuant to the at the money program in a disciplined manner over an extended period, taking into account the trading price and the trading volumes of the perpetual strike preferred stock at the time of the sale. Strategy intends to use the net proceeds from the at the money program for general corporate purposes, including the acquisition of Bitcoin and for working capital. The perpetual strike preferred stock, subject to the terms and conditions of the sales agreement, may be sold by agents by any method that is deemed an at the market offering. Fine. Sales of perpetual strike preferred stock under the at the money program is only offered pursuant to a prospectus supplement filed with the SEC. That didn't really tell me what it is. What's up, Kristen? How you doing? Maybe this? Funding the world's biggest Bitcoin gambit. Announced plans to raise up to $2 billion through a perpetual stock offering. The move is part of an Ambition 2021 plan, which aims to raise $21 billion in equity and $21 billion in fixed income instruments from 2025 to 2027. Revealed its Series A perpetual stock. Announcement raises many important questions. Will this offering enhance or dilute shareholder value? And perhaps most importantly, what will this mean for the stock price and long-term viability? Oh, so it's just preferred stock instead of common stock. So preferred stock sits between common equity and debt in company's capital structure. Holders of preferred stock have priority over common shareholders when firms pay dividends. Bondholders, however, retain the highest claim in a liquidation scenario, placing preferred stockholders in a middle ground position. With its balanced risk and reward profile, preferred stock has become a reliable option for banks and other corporations to secure steady capital. A typical preferred security includes a set dividend rate based on the par value. For example, a $1,000 par value security paying a fixed annual dividend of 5% translates to $50 in income each year. This dividend is usually distributed before any payments are made to common stockholders. The board can suspend payment in extreme situations, although this tends to alarm the market and can damage the issuer's access to financing. Some preferred issues contain cumulative features, ensuring that skipped dividends must eventually land in the holder's hands. Right, so that's a dividend stock that's MicroStrategy, basically. Yeah, okay. Pays 6%. That's interesting. I want to... Okay, so they share the same... That's interesting. Wait, I clicked on the wrong thing. We gotta go to 10K. Okay. It's interesting. Some prefer to view preferred stock as equity that behaves like a bond. Others see it as a special type of share that ranks second to creditors if things go wrong. Given its unique structure, it's no surprise that firms hold it in high regard. It can maintain stronger shareholder control by restricting or eliminating voting rights. It can pave the way for a stable long term financing arrangement. It often does not appear as a liability on the balance sheet, enhancing certain ratios and fostering additional capacity to issue debt or other obligations. It is an attractive yield instrument with the added bonus of possible equity upside through conversion features. Banking regulations sometimes consider certain preferred securities Tier 1 capital, which encourages banks to own them. Tier 1 capital represents a bank's core financial strength. It consists of high quality assets like equity and certain preferred securities, both of which provide a buffer against financial risks and losses. This classification appeals to banks because preferred shares help meet regulatory requirements while offering stable returns. Similarly, pension managers and insurance companies seek yield and appreciate steady dividends. MicroStrategy's leaders appear to see an opportunity to access that large pool of institutional money. Common stock is more volatile, so a company positioning itself as a quasi Bitcoin investment might broaden its investor base by appealing to more risk averse buyers. That approach can add diversity to shareholder roster. Okay, I get it. I don't really want to read the rest of this, but I get it now. I get it. That's kind of cool. I wonder, I wonder if GameStop will do that eventually. Because Strategy just barely started doing that this year, like a couple months ago, is when they released those shares to the market. And yeah, I mean, that stock, you know, what's it up today? What's Strategy up today? I guess we'll check first. You know, Strategy's up 9% today, whereas Stark, you know, this thing's only up 1%, but so you get the Bitcoin exposure, but you also have the dividend, which I guess I don't like dividends personally, but kind of interesting. Some people do like dividends, and like that article was saying, like insurance companies are looking for, or just there's certain investors that are looking for that dividend, but still want exposure to something like MSTR just because they hold so much Bitcoin. I mean, that's crazy how solid that SMLR pick was, though, because this is up 15%. MSTR is only up 9%. SMLR is crushing as far as like a stock that holds Bitcoin. And I don't know how much Riot's up. Riot's up 13% too, so both of those picks were way better than MSRT or MSTR, whatever the hell it is. But it is what it is. Didn't buy them. Didn't buy them. Trump threatening to fire Powell. I don't think he can, so I don't think it matters. I think news is just dumb. I don't even think he can do that. And it's not Powell's choice whether rates get cut. There's a whole board on the Federal Reserve. So it's just news. Literally. It's literally just headlines. Like Powell literally has nothing to do with rates getting cut. He's just the head. He's the person who goes and talks, but there's way more than Powell. Powell's decisions by himself mean nothing if the rest of the board doesn't agree, or a majority of the board, I guess. So, yeah, it's literally just headlines. Alright, renting video game consoles is so back, according to this. First time I ever set hands on a PlayStation 2, it was a rental from Blockbuster. It came in a big black suitcase. I played the bouncer all weekend. is fantastic. The practice of lending out entire video game consoles did not last very long, but it's recently become a hit in Japan again. Fans are reportedly renting PlayStation 5s in droves. Japanese rental chain Geo recently told IT Media that about 80% of its PS5s are currently loaned out. The program started just a few months ago and has apparently paid off. People normally rent CDs, DVDs, and Blu-rays from Geo's 1,000 stores across the country, but the company decided to add PS5s to the menu as the price of the console jumped from 66,980 yen to 79,980 yen due to inflation and weak exchange rates. Rentals are originally meant to allow people to enjoy expensive items at a low price at home. Geo product manager Yusuke Saki told IT Media, PS5 rentals are an extension of that philosophy. The service sounds cheap indeed. Geo is charging 980 yen to rent a PS5 a week, or about $1 a day. Plenty of time to beat Astrobot or even Elden Ring if you're off from work or school. Some companies in the US still provide console rentals as well, though it's less clear how popular those are. Rent-A-Center will loan out a PS5 for $26 a week, much more than the Geo deal, but still not terrible. But other recent trends in gaming have definitely made the proposition less attractive. Party games like Guitar Hero that might get you to rent a console for a weekend to get together or vacations are now non-existent, and many of the most popular releases can be played on a smartphone or older hardware. A kid without a PS5 is way more likely to ask for Fortnite skins or Robux than a week-long glimpse of next-gen gaming. Of course, if we ever do get that a long-predicted console-less future, retro hardware rentals will hopefully make a comeback. What if GameStop started doing... I said this earlier when I first saw this, but what if GameStop really did starting doing rentals again? Or, I mean, they've never done rentals, but what if they started doing rentals? I think it would be like digital rentals. I think it would work. I don't know how it would work, but it would just make sense to do digital rentals. Then you don't have to worry about the games getting damaged or I mean, if I don't think they would rent out consoles. I don't know if that's a good idea. But I think renting out games digitally is a good idea. Maybe the consoles could work, but I would just be worried about people like ruining them. Whereas if you just give them a week access to a game or 2 weeks access for, I don't know, $1 a day, 50 cents a day or something like that, that could truly be interesting. And I think a lot of people would use that service. Because, you know, there's a lot of games that come out and like you want to play them, but you don't want to buy the whole game. You don't want to spend 90 or, 60, 70, soon $90 on a game. You could rent it for a week or two and for like 10, 20 bucks. I don't know. And it's no risk to GameStop because they just send a code. I don't care about that, but Marvel Rivals is getting swimsuit skins. But there's still a lot. Alright. Beijing held what's being called the world's first half marathon for robots, allowing bipedal bots to compete alongside human runners, and as one might expect, ridiculousness ensued. The robots, which had human operators running with them, for the most part struggled to make it through the course at all, let alone complete the full 13 miles within a 4-hour cutoff time. One fell at the starting line, another's head fell off and rolled on the ground, and one collapsed and broke into pieces. They may not be gold medalists just yet, but the videos sure are entertaining. 21 robots participated in the race, but the winner, ex-humanoid's 5'10" Tiangong Ultra, was one of only 4 to make it all the way to the end in the allotted time. And at 2 hours and 40 minutes, its finishing time was more than double that of the winning human runners. The teams were allowed to do battery swaps. Tiangong Ultra reportedly finished on its 3rd battery, and even switch out their robots mid-race for substitutes. though doing that came with time penalties. Along with Tangong Ultra, which ran at around 5 miles per hour, the robot runners included Notex Robotics N2, a Gundam-inspired robot, a female-looking bot called Huan Huan, and a 30-inch tall little giant robot made by local college students. Many of them were wearing human running shoes. And there's a video. That is interesting. Soon these things are going to be fast as fuck. They're talking shit now. But when one of these is running at you fucking 10, 15 miles an hour, you ain't going to be laughing. You ain't going to be laughing. This is a long video. Oh, they're literally showing you every robot. Alright. You get it. I ain't watching all of that. Alright, we read that. Oh, I still have hella articles. Damn. It's on 12:30. 17 beautiful people here. Awesome. Hope you guys had a good weekend. Make sure you hit that like button if you have not. But, oh shit. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. Because I'm dying inside, I think. No, not really, but I do feel like trash. Oblivion Remastered official release. Ooh. Isn't Oblivion like a game a lot of people are hyped for? Or the remaster, I guess. Like, Oblivion was a really good game to begin with. I don't know if I ever played it. Maybe like once. I don't know which one to watch here. I need to hurry and pick one, though. Which one? Which one? Which one? Which one? Which one? Which one? I don't know. Let's see this one. Holy shit.
Happy, very chill Monday, no doubt. Right? Oh, right. Happy, pretty chill day, huh? Chill. Not much going on. Not much going on. I got these charts up. It was just follow through what I had charted, what we talked about on Friday. Right there, just hovering along. Really, nothing happened today. Clearly, everyone's like prepping for the election. I mean, it's a big day tomorrow, politics-wise, right? I think a lot of people just keeping an eye on what's going to unfold there. And as I keep on saying, I think the market, the uncertainty. That's really what weighs on the market, generally speaking. So I think the market's probably curious about who's going to win. We'll see what happens tomorrow, huh? Pretty crazy. But today, nothing really changed. It kind of just followed through. This is that 15-minute intraday. Nothing really changed. You see it kind of easing up, but it's so quiet. What was volume today, by the way? What was it? 5 million. It's nothing. There's nothing going on. And so, what I was, like I said last week, I said I was just curious, like, was it going to follow through this week? Is it going to level off? We seem to be level. Look at that. It's right in the line. This is the daily. Right in that line there. I'd have to say, I mean, we'll see what happens tomorrow and the next day. If the whole market sells off, you'd have to expect it to keep on going. I have to say I'd be more surprised if it, like, followed. If it fell through 10, doesn't mean it's not going to happen, but I'm more of the opinion that we're pretty close to the low. That's my opinion. So let's see if I'm wrong. I could be. If the whole market sells off, GameStop will probably go with it at this point. But I'm of the opinion that we're in the lower end of its newfound range, or maybe I'm just hoping, right? Maybe I'm just some some hopeful bull, right? We'll see. But so I'm not too surprised it kind of just leveled off today. And now that I'm pretty confident. It seems like that crazy bullish sentiment is not really coming to fruition here. So I wouldn't expect it like a negative, necessarily a strong bounce back or anything like that. But we'll see. The thing, like I keep on saying, a potential tailwind for a company like GameStop, these value type stocks, like it could be. Usually, sometimes there's a catalyst of some sort, like the pandemic. I thought could have been one of these catalysts, but post-election could be too, where all of a sudden, like value type stocks or small cap stocks, they can come back in favor in a big way. I don't know if it's going to happen. We've been talking about it a bit. But that's kind of one thing I'm watching this week. But that takes weeks and months to unfold. It's not like, but we might have a quick indication on Wednesday and Thursday, kind of see what happens. But that's not like high conviction. It's just something I'm like, we'll see. Maybe the market's just like, let's just see who's going to be president, and then they'll pile into like the riskier small cap stocks. You know what I mean? And I came to GameStop. What is it now? 700 million? I think I saw 700 million market cap. There you go, right on the dot. And what do we got right there on the line? Everything's on the line. Nothing to report on the charts there. Still right underneath there in the month, but that's okay. So that's the charts. There's a couple. I saw some good discussion on Seeking Alpha. I think I forget where I got this. Like I think I got it from Dimitri on Seeking Alpha, but this is Phil Spencer of Xbox. Someone else had talked about this too. I can't remember. Justin may have mentioned it, or I can't remember. I feel like I had read this before. No, I couldn't have read this before. This is October 29th. I'm pretty sure Spencer talked about this before, but he's talking about the fact that not everyone is going to want to do the subscriptions, right? And so Xbox is just pointing out they're not going to restrict everyone to subscriptions. And if that's the case, I mean, this is an article worth checking out in that light. You know what I mean? I thought, okay, everyone keeps on thinking this new Game Pass and this is where everything's headed, but he's kind of just stepping in to say not everything is going to be that subscription model, right? Because that could impact the whole GameStop thesis at the margins, right? I mean, it's meaningful, right? But for my particular thesis, it's kind of marginal. But I thought that was good. What else did I see? I can't remember who posted this. Was this Dimitri too? This was kind of interesting, right? Micromania. This is it's a European version of GameStop. Is it France? I think it's France, right? I should know that. I knew at the time. I think I translated it right. But GameStop can now sell the the Xbox All Access online, and they couldn't before. I don't think any of the other retailers could. I hadn't. Yeah, it is France, right? Well, in France, and so I thought that was kind of interesting. Kind of GameStop getting the nod of approval. I don't know what we want to call it, but I thought, oh shit, okay. I mean, we clearly that relationship there is becoming a bit stronger between the two companies. And again, this is marginal for my particular thesis, but I thought that was notable. So check this out too, Frandroid.com. You can just Google these titles, right? I mean, y'all can't copy and paste that, but you know what I mean? That's kind of meaningful. What else did I come across? Cloud gaming don't mean a thing if you ain't got that ping. That's a good title, right? That's a good. I can't remember. Was this CU? Was this you? I can't remember where these come from. Like I open these up. Sometimes I open the stuff up and I leave them up. I'm like, damn, where'd this come from? I can't remember. Might have been CU, but just talking about how the importance of we talk about like speed and stuff when you're playing games. This is why I think a lot of the more hardcore gamers often will lean physical, but some certain things matter for that type of gaming. When you're really focusing on the ping, that's the type of stuff that you're thinking about. And when you start to get in those upper echelons of gaming, like that little stuff matters. Like I learned a bit more about that for someone like me. This is from was this November 2nd? Jeez, this was today, so I don't even remember. I apologize if someone else posted that. It must have been today I opened it up. I can't even remember. Uber here? Uber's here. All right. So Uber was doing some fascinating DD that I think there was a couple of you. I saw some.
There we go. I don't know why my stomach hurts so much. It's pretty annoying. But whatever. Yeah, the DXY is down quite a bit, but I mean, it's pretty obvious to see what people are rotating in. Commodities. And certain stocks. Not really tech, it seems, but who knows? Oh, fucking nose hurts, dude. I have like a cut inside my nose. Fucking hurts. Too much beer. Nah. Too much. I don't know. I did eat a lot of food yesterday, though. Hamburger, sure. No, I don't do that. That shit's weird. That shit, I don't even understand that. It doesn't even do anything. But nah, I don't do that. I just have like a cut in my nose. I don't know what's up with it. I don't think I don't think you could have a coke addiction being a fucking live streamer. Get paid like a fucking dollar a stream. That would be it. That'd be interesting. I don't know how you would I don't know how you would manage it. All right. I don't want to read any of the Bitcoin articles. That's a GameStop one, so we'll throw that there. I don't want to read about Fire Festival because, yeah, I don't even know why they would be like. I don't even know why they would write an article about Fire Festival. That shit's weird. Nah, I didn't get bit by the lizard again. I don't know what happened. The Academy of Motion Pictures Arts and Science has decided that its official stance towards AI use in films is to take no stance at all. The organization shared outlining changes to voting for the 98th Oscars. The issue of award-nominated films using AI was first raised in 2024 when the production behind Best Picture nominees The Brutalist and Emily Perez admitted to using the tech to alter performances. With regard to generative artificial intelligence and other digital tools used in the making of the film, the tools neither help nor harm the chances of achieving nomination. The Academy in each branch will judge the achievement, taking into account that degree with a human was at the heart of the creative authorship when choosing which movie to award. While the organization at least reaffirms the human involvement in their primary concern, they also don't seem to believe that using AI potentially trained on the ill-gotten work of their membership is an existential problem. Hollywood labor unions have historically felt differently. One of the several issues raised during the WGA and SAG, I don't even know what those are, AFTRA strikes in 2023 was that AI could be used to replace the work of real people. The Brutalist and Emily Perez used it to modify vocal performances, but you don't have to connect too many dots to see generative AI playing an even more substantial role in the future. The Academy is more flexible than it's been in years, expanding membership, adding new award categories, and alongside this AI statement, improving awards voting for the better. But it still seems like most industries that are waiting for a decisive legal victory against an AI company to set a new standard before they change their tune towards the tech. I got drug tested at work. The boss asked, "Have you been taking anything?" I told them, "You and me both know you don't pay me enough to have a drug habit." Miserable gift didn't even laugh. Damn, miserable jit didn't laugh. That was the joke. That's hilarious. That guy sucks. That's so funny though. You and me both know you don't have to pay me enough to have a drug habit. That's hilarious. Oh, that's awesome. That's fucking hilarious. Y'all watch Black Mirror? No. I don't even know what that is. What's Black Mirror? Why the mirror gotta be black? FTC sues Uber over the claims the company makes subscriptions hard to cancel. I saw this. If I could afford one, I'd consider it. I wish I could afford one. No, I'm just kidding. I don't even like those drugs. Smoking weed's okay. But like, I don't know. Being sober is the move, really. Like, if you can mentally do it, you'll live a much higher quality life for sure. The Federal Trade Commission has decided to take formal action against ride-hailing service Uber or what is described as deceptive billing and cancellation practices. The FTC's lawsuit, filed on Monday, specifically takes issue with the Uber One service, which lets subscribers earn cash back on rides, get free deliveries, and avoid cancellation fees. According to the FTC, Uber made it easy for subscribers to join Uber One, but much harder to cancel. Users can be forced to navigate as many as 23 screens and take as many as 32 actions to cancel. The commission claims the company also reportedly changed some users before their free trial was up, charged some users, and misrepresented the savings Uber One offered by not taking its subscription fee into account. The lawsuit says that Uber's action violated the FTC Act and the Restore Online Shoppers Confidence Act, which requires online retailers to clearly disclose the terms of the service they are selling, obtain consumers' consent before charging them for a service, and provide a simple way to cancel a reoccurring subscription. Uber intends to fight the lawsuit and believes that the FTC has misrepresented the facts in some key ways. The company says that it does not sign up or charge consumers without their consent, and that subscription cancellations can happen in-app at any point. Uber does acknowledge that subscriptions previously had to be canceled 48 hours before a charge through the company's support team, but that's apparently no longer the case. Despite the best efforts of the tech executives, the Trump administration has maintained a level of animosity towards tech companies. New FTC Chair Andrew Ferguson suggests that censorship would be a major concern for the FTC under President Trump, but the commission is still moving forward with an antitrust case against Meta. For example, the possibility for the technically independent organization to be wielded as a weapon by Trump feels a lot more likely without any Democrat members. 3.5 will last me 6 weeks. Damn. I wish. That would last me like 6 seconds. Just kidding. Doesn't last long. That's why I just don't buy it. Because it just will be gone. It's just a waste of money. I might as well just take the money and burn it. It's basically the same thing. Same outcome. Okay. The American Civil Liberties Union is suing to find out exactly what information the so-called Doge has accessed from federal agencies. The civil rights organization submitted a Freedom of Information Act request to the several government departments in February. It is now suing to get responses from the Social Security Administration and the Department of Veterans Affairs. The SSA denied the group's request for expedited processing and has not responded to the ACLU's appeal, while the VA did not act on the FOIA request, according to the press release. The ACLU requested any records that would show whether Doge members have accessed databases that contain personally identifying information about citizens. The requests also seek information about whether AI is being used to analyze government data. The federal government cannot dodge accountability by ignoring our lawful demands for transparency, said Nathan Freed Wessler, Deputy Director of Speech, Privacy, and Technology Project within the ACLU. The American people have an urgent need to know if their private, financial, medical, and personal records are being illegally accessed, analyzed, or weaponized by Trump's unaccountable team of unvetted outsiders. This is doubly true for our seniors and veterans, who are at particular risk if their data has been accessed illegally. Doge, a group headed by Elon Musk, has been leading the move to cut jobs across federal agencies, including those that oversee Musk's business endeavors. Although there have been other lawsuits trying to prevent people who are not civil servants from accessing sensitive government data, other reports claim Doge members have been trying to circumvent court orders that limit their reach. Alright, the Roblox economy is going to global, as users can now set regional pricing. Roblox has adapted its payment system to allow for regional pricing. This means that the software will automatically adjust the cost of an in-game item to match the local economy of the buyer. Company says this will make it easier for active community members to better adapt to local market conditions and maximize earnings. Prior to this move, users in a country like Vietnam would pay the exact same price as folks here in the US. This effectively priced out users who live in countries with weaker economic conditions. Regional pricing should make international users more active in the Roblox marketplace. Creators have opted in for the service. The software will not only automatically determine optimal local prices for items, but will update costs periodically as the global economy shifts. Companies like Nintendo already do this, as anyone who has opened an eShop account in different regions can attest to. For the uninitiated, Roblox creators earn something called Robux by selling in-game items that grant perks and abilities. Regional pricing doesn't yet cover avatar items, but will later in the year. This follows the platform's recently launched price optimization feature, which helps creators set the best price for anything they are selling. Roblox says the feature has increased earnings by around 4% for eligible creators, typically because the price was lowered but more units were sold. Okay, Google pays Samsung an enormous amount of money to pre-install Gemini on phones. Google has been paying Samsung tons of cash every month to pre-install the AI app Gemini on its smartphones. This information comes to us as part of pre-existing antitrust case against Google. Peter Fitzgerald, Google's VP of Platforms and Device Partnerships, testified in federal court that it began paying Samsung for this service back in January. The pair of companies have a contract that's set to run at least 2 years. Fitzgerald told Judge Amit Mehta, who is overseeing the case, that Google provides Samsung with both fixed monthly payments and a percentage of revenue earned from advertising within the Gemini app. The monetary figures are unknown, but DOJ lawyer David Dahlquist calling it an enormous sum of money in a fixed monthly payment. This antitrust case started with an accusation that Google had been illegally abusing a monopoly over the search engine industry. Part of the testimony surrounding that case involved Google paying Apple, Samsung, and other companies to ensure it was the default search engine on its devices. Judge Mehta agreed and found that this practice constitutes a violation of antitrust law. He's currently hearing additional testimony to decide what measures Google must take. I almost died. Just kidding. That was weird. All right. He's testimony to decide measures Google must take to remedy the illegal behavior, which is where this Gemini reveal comes from. Testimony from another case involving Epic Games indicated that Google handed over $8 billion in 2020 to 2023 to ensure that Google Search, the Play Store, and Google Assistant were used by default on Samsung mobile devices. A California federal judge later ruled that the company must lift restrictions that prevent rival marketplaces and billing systems. Google is in a process of appealing that ruling. As an aside, if Google is hell-bent on handing out Scrooge McDuck-sized bags of money to increase adoption rates of generative AI app, why not give the regular people who have actually used the bloatware some of the cash? Just saying. I mean, they do have the Google, whatever they're called, those, why can't I think of what they're called? Like reviews, basically. Google reviews or something. This is interesting. Duolingo will soon start offering chess lessons. Duolingo will soon add chess to its list of non-language courses alongside music and math. The company has revealed that it will add chess lessons to its app, which will initially be available in beta in its iOS app. Senior product manager Edwin Baj told CNET that Duolingo is catering to more of a beginner, medium player in an effort to make the game more accessible. The app will start by asking you how much you know about chess and then tailoring lessons based on your level. It will even teach you how each piece moves if you're a total newbie. If you already know how each piece moves, then you'll play against Duolingo's character Oscar in a mini puzzle where you'll have to capture certain pieces into using a specified piece like a rook. It's literally like chess.com. The puzzles are meant to get you used to how each piece moves, especially since you'll get hints for each lesson. If you move a piece where it can't go several times, Duolingo will put a big arrow on where a piece could go, but since there are many ways to move a piece around the chessboard, the app won't tell you if you made the wrong choice. It can only tell you in a banner how it wasn't the best move out of all the available options. That's actually really cool. In addition to mini puzzles, you'll be able to play full games against Oscar that scale up in difficulty based on your level, but you can't play against other learners just yet. CNET says Duolingo is still looking into additional features, though it won't be part of the beta version that will be available sometime in mid-May. Company also said it's working to make chess lessons available on Android and in languages other than English. Interesting. Chess. I don't know if I want to read this article because it's just kind of like an opinion, I think. Maybe it's based on some data. I don't know. We'll save it for a second. This is an article I actually want to read. All right. How Bitcoin offers a speed advantage for driving shareholder value. Bitcoin is the first instantiation of digitally scarce capital, allowing companies to raise, deploy, and prove value faster than ever before. In a legacy finance, capital formation is slow, friction-filled process. A company raises funds, deploys them over months or years into infrastructure, products, or real estate, and only then begin the long wait to see whether the capital generated a return. This lag isn't a bug, it's a defining feature of the traditional system. Built on physical constraints, regulatory overhead, intermediated trust, and long feedback loops. That system has not changed until now. Bitcoin is fundamentally different. For the first time, companies have access to capital that is digital, scarce, and verifiable in real time. It allows for a corporate capital cycle that doesn't take years, it takes 24 hours. Legacy capital formation built for friction. In the legacy model, capital formation is expensive, slow, and often opaque. It requires multiple layers of intermediation and a high tolerance for time risk. Capital is typically raised through equity or debt offerings, which are subject to underwriting, roadshows, board approvals, and investor due diligence. Once funds are secure, they're often deployed into physical structures, human capital, or R&D, all of which require multi-year timelines to execute and mature. ROI is projected, not immediate. Outcomes are contingent on operational success and macroeconomic conditions. Investors, meanwhile, are left waiting quarter to quarter for signs of progress, often relying on opaque metrics, delayed reporting, or narrative guidance from executives. Even for high-performing companies, the cycle between raise and return is measured in years, not days. This model worked in a world where capital couldn't move faster than its physical constraints, but in a digital age, the question is whether such delay is still necessary or defensible. The Bitcoin Treasury model, raise on Monday, deploy by Tuesday. Companies holding Bitcoin on their balance sheet are already proving a radically compressed alternative. In this model, capital is raised on a Monday through a convertible note, equity issuance, or other capital market instrument. By Tuesday morning, the proceeds are converted into Bitcoin. That same day, Reserves are verifiably posted on chain, and shareholder value is updated in Bitcoin terms. This process removes intermediaries. It eliminates construction or execution risk. It creates instant, observable movement of capital and ties that movement directly to long-term strategic value through Bitcoin's monetary properties. For financial leaders, this model solves several pain points. Time lag between raise and deployment is eliminated. Reporting opacity is replaced by proof of reserve transparency. Shareholder uncertainty is answered with real-time asset accumulation. Dilution narratives are counterbalanced by measurable Bitcoin share growth. Whoa. this is a good ass article. This cadence raising, deploying, and proving value within 24 hours does more than accelerate capital formation. It unlocks a new relationship between corporate action and market trust. Why Bitcoin enables this? Bitcoin is not just an asset, it is an entirely new substrate for capital. No other form of reserve asset offers digital nativity. Bitcoin moves and settles like software globally 24/7. Absolute scarcity with 21 million units. It introduces a hard cap on monetary supply. Instant verifiability. Reserves can be public proven on chain without intermediaries. Neutral settlement. Bitcoin does not rely on any central party or jurisdiction to function. This combination is what makes Bitcoin digital capital. It is not a synthetic product or a derivative of another asset. It is a capital itself, programmable, transferable, and incorruptible. That is why Bitcoin enables a capital model no other asset can match. Speed is strategy. Compressing capital cycle isn't just operationally efficient, it's a strategically powerful. With Bitcoin, capital deployment becomes a public signal. It shows conviction, it's audible, it builds trust, it removes guesswork and replaces it with verifiable shareholder alignment. Historically, Treasury was a back office function, protect cash, preserve yield, minimize risk. Today, a Bitcoin treasury allows companies to drive capital market strategy from the balance sheet. This model resonates because it addresses investors' needs directly. Proof, not promises. Scarcity, not dilution. Velocity, not delays. It turns treasury into a tool for compounding confidence. The CFO's new calculus. For financial leaders, the question is no longer where do we invest over the next 5 years, but rather, how do we use capital today to increase provable shareholder value now? That change of mindset reflects a deeper shift in how capital is understood, not as something locked into long-term plans, but as something that can move, signal, and compound in real time. Bitcoin enables that shift. It allows companies to operate not on forecasts, but on actions. Conclusion, the rise of capital without delay. Legacy capital models were built for an analog world, slow, permissioned, and dependent on intermediaries. Companies move cautiously because capital couldn't move quickly. Bitcoin rewrites that architecture. It introduces capital that is digitally scarce, globally liquid, and verifiable on arrival. With a Bitcoin treasury, companies no longer need to wait to prove strategic alignment. They can act and validate in the same cycle. They can move with speed and transparency. They can raise on Monday, deploy on Tuesday, and show their shareholders exactly what they've done. This is not a gimmick. It is a serious evolution in financial operations, and the companies that recognize it early will lead the next phase of capital market innovation. that was fire. That was a good article. That was a good article. I think this is just like technical analysis or something, but I mean, I don't really watch Bitcoin, so maybe it could be interesting to read. There's a video. I don't see a video. Oh, it's right here. 12 minutes. I think I'd rather read the article. All right, Bitcoin's 2025 journey hasn't delivered the explosive bull market surge as many expected. After peaking above 100K, the 2025 Bitcoin price retracted sharply to low as 75,000, sparking debate among investors and analysts about where we stand in the Bitcoin cycle. In this analysis, we cut through the noise, leveraging on-chain indicators and macro data to determine if the Bitcoin bull market remains intact or if a deeper Bitcoin correction looms in Q3 25. Key metrics like MVRV Z-score, value days destroyed, and Bitcoin capital flows provide critical insights into the market's next move. Is Bitcoin's 2025 pullback healthy or bull cycle end? A strong starting point for assessing the 25 Bitcoin cycle is the MVRV Z-score, a trusted on-chain indicator that compares market value to realized value. After hitting 3.36 at Bitcoin's 100,000 peak, the MVRV Z-score dropped to 1.43, aligning with the 2025 Bitcoin price decline from 100,000 to 75,000. This 30% Bitcoin correction may seem alarming, but recent data shows the MVRV Z-score rebounding from its 2025 low of 1.43. Historically, MVRV Z-scores levels are around 1.43, have marked local bottoms, not tops. In prior Bitcoin bull markets, 2017 and 21, these Bitcoin pullbacks often preceded resumed uptrends, suggesting the current correction aligns with healthy bull cycle dynamics. While investor confidence is shaken, this move fits historical patterns of Bitcoin market cycles. How smart money shapes the 25 Bitcoin bull market. The value days destroyed multiple, another critical on-chain indicator, tracks the velocity of Bitcoin transactions, weighted by holding periods. Spikes in VDD signal profit taking by experienced holders, while low levels indicate Bitcoin accumulation. Currently, VDD is in the green zone, mirroring levels seen in late bear markets or early bull market recoveries. Following Bitcoin's reversal from 100,000, the low VDD suggests the end of a profit-taking phase, with long-term holders accumulating in anticipation of higher 25 Bitcoin prices. The Bitcoin cycle capital flows chart further illustrates this trend, breaking down realized capital by coin age near the 106,000 peak. New market entrants 1 month drove a spike in activity, signaling FOMO-driven buying since the Bitcoin pullback. This group's activity is cooled to levels typical of early to mid bull markets. In contrast, the 1 to 2 year cohort, often macro-savvy Bitcoin investors, is increasing activity, accumulating at lower prices. This shift mirrors Bitcoin accumulation patterns from 2020 and 2021, where long-term holders bought during dips, setting the stage for bull market rallies. Where are we in the 25 Bitcoin market cycle? Zooming out, Bitcoin market cycle can be divided into 3 phases. Bear phase, deep Bitcoin correction, 70 to 90%. Recovery phase, reclaiming prior all-time highs. Bull/exponential phase, parabolic Bitcoin price advances. Past bear markets, 2015 to 2018, lasted 13 to 14 months, and the most recent Bitcoin bear market followed suit at 14 months. Recovery phases typically span 23 to 26 months, and the current 25 Bitcoin cycle falls within this range. However, unlike past bull markets, Bitcoin's breakout above previous highs was followed by a pullback rather than an immediate surge. This Bitcoin pullback may signal a higher low, setting up the exponential phase of the 25 bull market. Based on past cycles, 9 to 11 month exponential phases, the Bitcoin price could peak around September 25, assuming the bull cycle resumes. Macro risks impacting Bitcoin price in Q3 25. Despite bullish on-chain indicators, macro headwinds pose risk to the 25 Bitcoin price. The S&P 500 versus Bitcoin correlation chart shows Bitcoin remains tightly linked to U.S. equities. With fears of a global recession growing, weakness in traditional markets could cap Bitcoin's near-term rally potential. Monitoring these macro risks is crucial, as a deteriorating equity market could trigger a deeper Bitcoin correction in Q3 2025, even if on-chain data remains supportive. Conclusion. Key on-chain indicators, MVRV, Z-score, value days destroyed, and Bitcoin cycle capital flows point to healthy cycle consistent behavior and long-term holder accumulation in the 25 Bitcoin cycle. While slower and uneven compared to past bull markets, the current cycle aligns with historical Bitcoin market cycle structures. If macro conditions stabilize, Bitcoin appears posed for another leg up, potentially peaking in Q3 or Q4 25. However, macro risks, including equity market volatility and recession fears, remain critical to watch. Okay. I don't know what that is. Isn't Peter Schiff like the... I don't remember who this guy is. I swear we've read about him before. Isn't he like hella bearish or something like that? Alright, now that we read that one article, I want to read about this one. Bitcoin is decoupling, and it doesn't care about tariffs or earnings reports. Bitcoin's decoupling from traditional markets is becoming more visible as global capital stress intensifies. A resurgence of tariffs, elevated interest rates, and softening corporate earnings have introduced renewed volatility across equities and credit markets. Many large-cap companies are underperforming, weighed down not by fundamentals alone, but by geopolitics, trade policy, and policy uncertainty. And yet, Bitcoin price is gaining ground. Its movement is not erratic, it is not detached from reality, it is increasingly independent, not just in terms of asset performance, but in the forces that drive it. Bitcoin is beginning to behave less like a high beta equity instrument and more like a structurally differentiated asset. As Jurian Timmer, director of global macro at Fidelity, posted recently, gold remains a stable store of value, while Bitcoin's volatility makes a strong case for holding both, as shown by their sharp ratios. For corporate finance leaders, that evolving risk-to-reward profile and its growing divergence from traditional assets warrant serious attention. A high Sharpe, moderately correlated outlier. Bitcoin remains volatile, but that volatility has delivered results. Its Sharpe ratio now exceeds most traditional asset classes, including U.S. equities, global bonds, and real assets. This suggests that on a risk-adjusted basis, Bitcoin continues to outperform, even through cycles of stress and recovery. At the same time, Bitcoin's correlation to the S&P 500 has declined to moderate levels. In practical terms, this means that while it may still respond to shifts in global liquidity or investor sentiment, it increasingly influenced by structurally distinct factors: sovereign level accumulation, spot ETF inflows, supply side compression events, halving cycles, global demand for neutral reserve assets. This shift in behavioral profile, from risk-on correlation to structurally differentiated performance, underscores why Bitcoin may be maturing into a strategic reserve asset, not just a speculative asset. Bitcoin's core structure is decoupled by design. Even when Bitcoin is traded in lockstep with tech stocks in past cycles, its underlying characteristics remain distinct. It does not generate earnings, it is not valued based on cash flow projections, product cycles, or regulatory guidance. It is not subject to tariffs, labor cost shocks, or supply chain constraints. Today, as U.S. equities face pressure from rising protectionism and fragile earnings growth, Bitcoin remains structurally unaffected. It is not exposed to trade frictions between major powers. It does not rely on quarterly performance. It is not vulnerable to monetary tightening, corporate taxation, or sector rotations. Bitcoin's independence from these forces is not a temporary dislocation. It is a consequence of how the asset is built. It is globally liquid, censorship resistant, and politically neutral. These attributes are what make it increasingly attractive, not as just a growth asset, but a strategic capital reserve. Bitcoin's risk is uncorrelated to the corporate operating model. Distinction is often missed in treasury discussions. Most corporate risk exposure is concentrated within the same system. Revenues are dominated in local currency. Reserves are held in short-term sovereign debt or cash equivalents. Credit lines are priced accordingly to domestic interest rates. Equity is based on business cycles and central bank guidance. These exposures create layers of correlation between a company's income, reserves, and cost of capital, all driven by the same set of macro conditions. Bitcoin operates outside of this loop. Its volatility is real, but its risk is not derived from corporate earnings, GDP trends, or the policy cycle of any single nation. Its value is not impaired by negative earnings surprises or declining consumer confidence. Its performance is not diluted by monetary expansion or politicized monetary policy. For this reason, Bitcoin introduces a type of capital exposure that is orthogonal to the typical treasury framework. This is what makes it useful, not just as an asset with asymmetric upside, but as a true diversifier within a corporate balance sheet. Conclusion: independence is the feature, not the flaw. Bitcoin's decoupling from traditional markets is not perfect, nor is it permanent. It will still respond to major liquidity shocks and macro stress events, but its growing independence from trade policy, earnings seasons, and policy expectations is structural, not speculative. It has no earnings, no tariffs, no boardroom, no monetary authority. It is, in effect, a monetary instrument that is immune to many of the systemic pressures facing public companies. For corporate leaders focused on long-term capital strategy, this independence is not a bug, it is the feature, and as capital becomes more politicized, inflation more entrenched, and traditional reserves more correlated, Bitcoin's differentiated profile becomes not just defensible, but strategically necessary. Yeah, that was a good article. That was a really good article. Who would have thought I would be reading about crypto one day? Like, have you been here for more than like 2 months? Like, you probably, you probably, you probably would have never thought that we would be reading about Bitcoin. I would have never thought about it. What are you talking about, Kristen? I'd have thought it was inevitable. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I really thought, like, when GameStop announced, I really thought, like, when they announced it, I was going to sell. But it turned out not to happen. And now we're here. Absolutely crushing again for now. I mean, for now, we'll see. We'll see if we continue to crush. But it's a good ride. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now the whole team here. Yeah, started from the bottom, right here. I knew you couldn't be a crypto hater forever once you dig in and you see the value prospect. Yeah, I kind of get it now. It makes a lot more sense. It makes a lot more sense. And it's literally like a month or two ago is when the government started talking about it, so it's definitely completely different than it's ever been. And more companies are trying to frickin' accumulate it more than ever. So it's just definitely a different environment right now. Interesting to see. Morrow, what's up, Morrow? Project's rocket's not a drill. Grab some shares and buckle up. Imagine if they did the bonds and they used all their cash for Bitcoin. What if Ryan just went full degen and they just put all fucking 6 billion into Bitcoin and they're just up massive right now? That would be, I don't think they would do that, but I mean, anything's possible at this point. I think I'm in the wrong stream. I think you're tripping. Bro. All right, Bitcoin ETF saw 381 million in inflows, highest since January. Bitcoin ETFs witnessed net inflows of 381.3 million on April 2021, marking their largest single-day influx since January 30th. When the funds attracted 588.1 million, the surge comes as Bitcoin markets show resilience despite traditional financial markets facing headwinds. The ARK21 shares Bitcoin ETF led the day's inflows with 116.1 million, followed by Fidelity Wise Origin Bitcoin Fund with 87.6 million. Grayscale's products, blah blah blah, whatever. The strong ETF performance occurred while U.S. equity markets experienced significant pressure, the major indexes declining approximately 2.5%. Bitcoin, meanwhile, maintained its gains from the Easter weekend, trading above 87,300. The influx represents a significant shift in the momentum for Bitcoin ETFs, which have seen relatively subdued activity in recent weeks. These previous peaks in January coincided with Bitcoin trading above 100,000, before prices retreated following Trump's global tariff announcements. Market indicators suggest growing institutional optimism, with Bitcoin futures showing positive funding rates. The put-to-call ratio in options markets sits above 0.5, indicating traders are favoring bullish positions over bearish ones. Okay, I don't want to read the rest of that. You're talking about positive about crypto. Okay, I see. I'm like, what? I didn't even know what you were talking about. I am. I'm evolving. You gotta evolve. You can't stay the same forever. You gotta evolve in some way. He needed a DCA forever with the yield from his chest. Ooh, good point. Good point, though. That is a good point. It's not real. It's not even real. In the stock market world, it's I don't know. People hate Bitcoin or people hate crypto in the stock market world, but things change, and we're seeing it in real time. So I can't deny it. Stomach feeling better? Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. I'm just so cooked, dude. So much walking and not enough water, not enough food. Although I did eat a $50 burger from Gordon Ramsay. That shit was gas, bro. It was like a Wagyu patty. I can't even describe it. It was so good though. Worth $50 for sure. It was worth it. They had like a fish and chips shop in the back too that I wanted to try, but I was so cooked. I didn't even finish the burger. That shit like clapped my stomach, but it was so good. $50? That's like not even that much. I don't think for like a Wagyu burger. I don't even think it was worth $50 to me. I mean, maybe that sounds crazy, but $50 really isn't a lot for something like that, I don't think. Edible gold? Nah. I really don't think, like, especially in Vegas, like $50 really isn't that much. Like you're spending like $15 to $20 or more on something like shitty. So to get something like that high quality and that delicious for literally the best burger I've ever had, like to spend $50 in Vegas, that's I disagree. I can go spin fucking $50 in a slot machine in like 10 seconds. Like to spend $50 on a burger, I disagree. That's really not that bad. I've bought I didn't buy it, but technically I bought it. I bought a like $300 plate of Wagyu one time. It's like the whole meal was like over $3,000. Like That's a lot. Now that's a lot. That's quite a bit, but $50 is nothing. That Wagyu wasn't even that good. That burger was amazing. You gotta cheat yourself right now and then. Amen. Food is like the one thing I'm willing to. I don't really care about spending money on, especially if it's like something new and original. I'm getting a $15 burger, nothing more than that. Well, you won't find that in Vegas. I'm sorry. I don't know when the last time you was there, but you're not gonna find a $15 burger in Vegas. Maybe like $20. Gold flakes. Nah, no gold flakes. It's just the Wagyu patty. Mostly. Wagyu's expensive. Got a half a Subway sandwich in 2010. It was $15 and I've never forgave myself. You're so capping. You're capping, bro. If you're actually serious about that, that's ridiculous. You gotta live a little, Kristen. You gotta live a little. Cordell Hoodrich? Nah. It's just, I'm willing to spend a lot of money on food. Like, I think food's like one of the best things to spend money on. You fell for the hype. I bet Ramsey ain't even been to that place. I'm sure he has. It's no hype. That was actually the best burger I've ever had in my life. And I bet the fish and chip shop behind it, if I would have went there, I bet that's the best fish and chips I would ever have in my life. There's definitely no hype there. That's just facts. That's just facts. I legit did. Damn, bro. You gotta live a little. Spend $50 on a burger every now and then. Homemade burgers sometimes hit good. Oh yeah, homemade burgers are always the best. But when in life are you gonna eat a Wagyu beef or a Wagyu patty? I'm sure you can get like Wagyu ground Wagyu like at the store, but I don't know. You ain't getting good fish and chippos in Vegas, no way. I don't know. I didn't go to the place, but judging how good that place was, the burger place, I bet the fish and chip shop is fucking gas. I'm sure the fish isn't the best, like quality, Vegas, there's no really, I don't know, I don't know if there's halibut in Vegas, like in the lakes. That's up for debate. Is there halibut in Nevada? I think it's halibut they use for fish and chips, right? Halibut fishing. Oh, it's cod? I don't think there's cod. I thought it was halibut. I don't fucking know. Is cod saltwater? I don't know. I don't know my fish. Is there... cod fishing? Who knows? I'm sure there's like fish farms and stuff though. I would imagine. I'd imagine there's fish farms and whatnot. Who knows? Who knows? I'm not gonna spend too much time on that. I should have went to the fish and chip shop, because then I could have told you how good it was or how bad it was. Fish and chips are a specialty. Well, isn't Gordon Ramsay from where you are? I don't know where Gordon Ramsay's from, but he's from the UK, is he not? 6ix9ine would know. Rip. Yeah. Hopefully he's good. Hopefully he's okay. All right. Bitcoin tax strategies for a runaway fiscal train. Lynn Alden, author of Broken Money, has made a strong case for fiscal dominance. The idea that government spending dictates monetary policy rather than the other way around. Here now famous meme, "Nothing stops this train," encapsulates the relentless trajectory of government debt and intervention. What is something, however unlikely, could slow the train down? Enter austerity. Not that it's necessarily achievable in any meaningful sense, but for the first time in years, it's being hinted at. Markets are adjusting, not because they believe it will happen, because they're starting to wonder if policymakers are actually serious. With the shakeup brought by Trump, Musk, and recent USAID revelations, the conversation has shifted. For the first time in a long time, there's uncertainty around whether fiscal dominance can continue unchecked. When a country is drowning in debt, policymakers have four main levers they can pull. Inflation, quietly eroding debt and savings by making every dollar worth less. Economic growth, expanding the tax base and hoping for a productivity boom. Debt restructuring or default, a mix of extending, renegotiating, or outright not paying back creditors. Austerity, I don't know how to say this word, austerity. I feel like I'm saying it weird. Cutting spending and increasing taxes, whether people like it or not. For years, the austerity lever was a joke. Now, it's at least part of the discussion, and likely part of a blended approach. And if the season of fiscal dominance continues, tax policy will be the first place where real actionable changes show up. For Bitcoin holders, this isn't just another macro shift to passively observe. Unlike inflation or debt restructuring, forces that are largely out of individual control, a tax policy change is one area where proactive planning can actually make a difference in your financial life. The right strategies could turn coming changes into opportunities rather than financial landmines. When fiscal dominance running the show, tax policy is in the flux. The next 6 to 12 months will likely land in one of these 5 tax regimes, each with distinct implications for Bitcoin holders. He just can't see Vegas having good fish plug. Yeah, I don't know, but doesn't mean they can't whip it up. Fire. I agree, but you really don't know. I really don't know. It's definitely not gonna be, well, it could still be fresh, like it could be from a farm, but it's not gonna be like no wild caught or anything like that, unless they have it out there. But I would have to do more research, and yeah, who knows? Because it is like, right next to California. Like California is not that far from Vegas. It's only 8 hours. And I don't know where, it's taking me. And I'm sure there's, it looks like Bakersfield or something would be a lot closer than it took me to like all the way to San Francisco for some reason. So I'm sure, like Bakersfield or somewhere close. Let's see what's close. Fuck off. I don't need a flight. I don't need a flight, mate. I'm just trying to see something here. Yeah, they'd probably go to LA, I would imagine. So 5 hours. That's not that bad. That's not that bad. Can I put the article I was reading in the chat? What, this tax one? I got you. You want this one? That's the tax one, if that's the one you're asking. I don't know which one you're asking about. Austerity. Austerity. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe one day he'll come back. Who knows? Things happen. Yeah. Hopefully one day. Hopefully one day. All right, TCJA sunset, 5% probability. The Tax Cuts and Job Act's TCJA sunsets and Congress does nothing. Income taxes jump, estate tax exemptions shrink, and capital gains get more expensive. The bureaucratic equivalent of ghosting your tax bill. TCJA extension, 10% probability. Congress extends the existing tax cuts without any new bells or whistles. A true kick the can move, leaving the current framework in place for a few more years. TCJA extension with adjustments, 70% probability. This is the base case. TCJA remains, but with modifications. Trump has hinted at eliminating taxes on tips, removing taxes on Social Security benefits, exempting overtime pay, and allowing deductions for auto loan interest on American-made cars. Oh, that would be crazy, dude. Bro, that'd make cars so expensive, I would imagine. Additional incentives for domestic production, such as reducing the corporate tax rate and reinstating 100% bonus depreciation, could also be on the table. The possibility of reducing capital gains taxes or extending estate tax exemptions may further shape tax planning opportunities and the granddaddy of them all. Bitcoin capital gains exemption, 10%. A true curveball, Bitcoin gets a special status, exempting it from capital gains tax, much like gold once was. This would open up a huge tax planning opportunities, from gain harvesting to retirement account repositioning. The death of the IRS, 5% probability. We never thought we'd say it, but talk of replacing the IRS with an external revenue service has surfaced. What it would mean for enforcement, audits, loopholes, it's uncharted territory, but worth watching. 3 wildcards that could shake everything up. Beyond these 5 scenarios, 3 unpredictable forces could upend everything, and each has significant tax implications for Bitcoin holders. A liquidity crisis, an emergency, tax legislation. Imagine a sudden financial crisis. The government panics, money printers go brr, and emergency stimulus checks start flying. If the Federal Reserve intervenes aggressively, scarce assets like Bitcoin could surge, making timing and tax planning for gains more important than ever. A strategic Bitcoin reserve. What was once speculation has now become policy. A U.S. strategic Bitcoin reserve has been quietly established via executive order, but so far only as a holding, not an active accumulation strategy. The implications: the federal government now officially possesses Bitcoin, a major shift in its stance towards the asset. The key question: will the U.S. transition from passive holder to active buyer? If so, this would mark the first time a major nation state has become a consistent strategic participant in Bitcoin markets. A steady sovereign buyer would be a structural shift, potentially dampening Bitcoin's volatility and reinforcing its role as a macroeconomic hedge. Would this accumulation continue even under a season of Federal Reserve balance sheet expansion? If so, it would amount to a form of money printing to acquire Bitcoin, an undeniably accelerationist move. Whether accumulation begins or not, the mere presence of Bitcoin on the government balance sheet alters its future tax and regulatory treatment, a factor investors must consider in long-term planning. Tariff shockwaves and commodity inflation. The COVID era saw multiple supply chain pricing anomalies, lumber shortages, semiconductor droughts, and food price spikes. Now imagine those disruptions revisiting in sporadic and sustained waves. As tariff rise and geopolitical tensions escalate, supply chains remain fragile. Shortages in key commodities could trigger rolling inflationary shocks, sending ripple effects across global markets. Bitcoin is a scarce asset, would likely react, but with it comes with new tax implications. Investors should be prepared for capital gains events resulting from price volatility, as well as potential shifts in regulatory treatment if Bitcoin is increasingly viewed as a strategic asset. What should Bitcoin holders do now? Regardless of which tax regime or wild card plays out, here's what you can control. Roth conversions, locking in today's lower rates before potential hikes. Capital gains / loss harvesting, using market dips and tax brackets to your advantage. Estate planning, adjusting before and or after any exemption changes hit using appropriate structures and transfers. Income structuring, keeping taxable events as efficient as possible. Expanding tax strategies for Bitcoin holders. Roth conversions, securing tax-free growth. A Roth conversion lets you shift assets from a traditional IRA to a Roth IRA, paying taxes now to enjoy tax-free growth later. If you expect Bitcoin to skyrocket, this move locks in today's lower tax rate. Convert strategically during market dips to minimize your tax bill. Capital gain harvesting. I don't even know if I agree with any of this stuff. I'm just kind of reading. Locking in lower rates. If you're sitting on large unrealized gains, don't wait for tax rates to rise. Selling during a year with lower taxable income could mean paying less. Man, who sells? That's boring. Who sells? Estate tax planning. The future of Bitcoin inheritance. If estate tax exemptions shrink, handing Bitcoin down could become a lot more expensive. Structuring holdings in trusts or family partnerships can help mitigate that. Gifting Bitcoin gradually using the annual exclusion amount can also reduce tax exposure. Income structuring, optimizing your tax mix. To achieve the best possible tax efficiency, blending different account types, traditional IRAs, Roth IRAs, and non-retirement accounts is key. A well-structured mix allows for tax diversification, ensuring you can strategically withdraw funds at lower tax rates in retirement. By balancing taxable, tax-deferred, and tax-free income sources, you can optimize your overall tax burden, smoothing out spikes in tax rates over time. For Bitcoin holders, strategically selling from different accounts types based on tax brackets can make a significant impact on long-term wealth preservation. Next step, focus on what you can control. Rather than worrying about the powers that be and the levers that they pull, focus on the ones you can control. Even if the fiscal train is out of control, you can do your best to keep your family's wheels on track. While policymakers decide which levers to pull, your tax strategy remains one of the few things you can actually control. The window to act will likely be October to December 25, when legislation gets finalized and before new rates take effect. Stay ahead of the storm. Blah blah. That was a weird article. That was a weird article. And we only have 15 minutes left. I still have tons of articles to read. Probably just save them for tomorrow. Yeah, I don't want to really. I'm pretty dead, I'll be honest. I only wanted to hop on here for a little bit. Good stream, though. Not bad for, breaking the streak. I guess we'll read this. I don't know. Peter Schiff's Bitcoin bond secret, the gold bug caught holding digital gold. Peter Schiff has built a career on de-writing Bitcoin. The outspoken gold evangelist and fund manager famously scoffed in 2019, "Keep dreaming, Bitcoin is never going to hit 100,000. To Schiff, the world's largest cryptocurrency has long been nothing but digital fool's gold, a speculative bubble destined to pop, or as he put it in 2023, still going to zero, just traveling a long road." Yet in a twist laced with irony, recent disclosures reveal that Schiff's own asset management arm quietly gained exposure to a Bitcoin-backed bond late last year. In other words, the man who equated Bitcoin with tulip mania now finds his firm unwittingly invested in a bond powered by the very asset he loves to hate. Something about White House. I have no clue. Hopefully. I don't know. They should. I didn't hear anything about that, though. I don't know. Where'd you hear that from? The Bitcoin bond nobody expected. The instrument in question is a Bitcoin treasury bond issued by Samara Asset Group, a publicly traded European asset manager. In November 24, Samara successfully issued what is called Europe's first ever Bitcoin bond, raising 20 million euro to expand its portfolio and significantly increase its Bitcoin treasury holdings. The bond is structured as a 5-year senior secured note maturing in 2029, offering a substantial 10% annual coupon. Additionally, the bond includes an innovative incentive. Bondholders receive an extra 0.25% premium on principal for every 0.25 euro increase in Samara's net asset value per share, closely aligning bondholders' interests with shareholders. Samara's CEO Patrick Lowry described the issuance enthusiastically, noting it was the first time in history a European firm has taken a page out of Michael Saylor playbook, issuing a bond explicitly with the intent to acquire Bitcoin. Indeed, within weeks of the bond issuance, Samara utilized the proceeds to purchase approximately 76 Bitcoin for its treasury and invested in several crypto-focused venture funds. The bond's backstory reads like pure rocket fuel for institutional Bitcoin enthusiasts. Announced in October 24, amid rising Bitcoin prices, the Samara Bitcoin bond was designed to leverage Bitcoin as a strategic treasury reserve asset. Samara positioned it as a win-win proposition. Investors would enjoy a high yield coupled with additional NAV-based upside, while Samara could allocate capital into Bitcoin and pioneering tech investments. By early November, the bond had successfully closed its private placement at 20 million euro, minimum investment ticket 100,000 euro, and is expected to be publicly listed for trading on the Oslo and Frankfurt exchanges within 1 to 2 weeks. Notably, this bond is secured by an over-collateralized portfolio comprising a 150 million basket of Samara's venture investments, locked securely within a guarantor's SPV, resulting in an ultra-low loan-to-value ratio of approximately 13.3%. Little did anyone suspect that among these bondholders would be Peter Schiff's Euro Pacific. Wondering where it came from. Oh, well. If you saw it on, like, Facebook or something, I just, people don't post accurate info on those, unfortunately. Enter the EuroPac International Bond Fund, a global bond mutual fund managed by Euro Pacific Asset Management, firm founded and helmed by Peter Schiff. Schiff is an owning member of the advisor, has long shaped Euro Pacific's strategy around his macro views, hard money skepticism of the US dollar, affinity for gold and foreign bonds. EuroPac International Bond Fund typically holds a mix of sovereign and corporate debt from around the world, aligned with Schiff's thesis that the non-US assets can protect against dollar debasement. It's the last place one would expect to find anything related to Bitcoin. That's exactly what turned up when the fund's SEC filings were published this year. Alright, I really don't want to read about this anymore. I don't really care about Peter Schiff. I don't care about Peter Schiff. I'll read this last one, though. Citizen X acquires Plan B passport to accelerate sovereign individual movement. Katie, the Russian Anna Nina's citizenship by investment company, Plan B Passport, announces a merger with Citizen X, unlocking a new suite of passport diversification options for Bitcoiners. Digital first and crypto, as in cryptography native, the merger combines Plan B Passport's deep connections in the Bitcoin industry with Swiss Citizen X platform's privacy technology and expertise. The whole Plan B Passport team is joining Citizen X to work together now, Katie told Bitcoin Magazine, and I'm joining the company as chief marketing officer. Okay, I don't know what any of these are, so we're just gonna skip that. Maybe I could finish all these articles. I don't know. These last ones are a little long. What's up, Shadow? How you doing, bro? I don't know. I guess we'll read this one. Teens are becoming more worried about the effects of social media. As lawmakers, regulators call for social media companies to do more to protect the mental health of their youngest users. Teens' perceptions of social media also seems to be changing. A growing number of teens say that social media is harmful and takes up too much of their time. The report, which was based on a survey of 1,391 teens and parents in the United States, sheds lights on how teens' perspective on social media has changed amid increasing. Okay, this is just a survey of 1,000 people. I don't want to read it. I don't care. If it was way more than 1,000 people, maybe I would care more. It's just not a lot. Not a lot. A week after a major hack brought down 4chan and doxed all its users, it seems like it may be dead for good. Can you still not go on there? Is it still down? I haven't even checked. That's crazy. They clapped the 4chan. Five minutes. I'll just save all these articles for tomorrow. This is a weird article. I'll save that one for tomorrow too. Then we'll just start the day with like a bunch of GameStop articles. I mean, this isn't really about GameStop, but could be interesting. And there. What's the futures look like? Somewhat bullish, hopefully. Somewhat. Need a lot more bids in the coming month. And it's possible we get them. Oh yeah, Tesla earnings after hours. I guess I do got to stick around for that. I forgot about that. We'll stick around for that. I guess. Even though I don't. Tesla's whatever. It's good to see a top company, how it performs. Damn, GameStop looks amazing. You had tons of resistance for like a week there on 27, and now you got the breakout. Approaching the $28 resistance. If you can break the 28, very positive. Very positive. Yeah, I'm not gonna look at this account. We'll just pretend that doesn't exist. Holy shit. Ah, fuck, I had that open for a reason. Whoops. I'm going to the other account though. I don't want to look at mine. That's up way too much. It's not even worth looking at. Not even worth looking at. Hmm. Got like 2 more minutes here. Yeah, there's been no whale. People have actually been selling their positions on GameStop lately. There's this big sell right here by United Advisor Group. They sold 42,000 shares. They completely exited their position. Kind of interesting. Some people just don't like crypto in the stock market. Which I get, I guess, but sell the whole position? It's a little weird. It's pretty bullish. Holy shit, 91,500 on biddies. On the biddies. It 91.7 is the high so far. Crazy. Crazy, bro. Absolutely crazy. Holy shit, that scared the fuck out of me. I forgot I had the bell. I forgot I had the bell going. The freaking bell. Ding 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 ding. Ding 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 ding. I didn't hear no bell. You guys probably weren't able to hear it. I didn't hear no bell. Alright, let's see what Tesla's got. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. Oh, Tessie. Oh, Tessie. What do you guys think? Think it's gonna go? Ooh, that's tough. I think it's gonna tap like 300 bucks. I don't think it's... If it sells off, that's disgusting. If this sells off, not financial advice, maybe buy the dip, I don't know. But fuck, man, if this sells off, that's gonna be nasty. So I'm leaning that it's gonna go up to like 300. I don't even know what the options are pricing in. Let's see. Options are pricing in $24. So what's that? Like 260-ish. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's gonna go like 280 actually, not 300. I'm gonna say 280. Because if it breaks that support, that's disgusting. The market's gonna shit, bro. The market's gonna actually shit, especially if it continues. That's a pretty key support on Tesla, it seems like. Has been for a while. Even back before the election, this is where you got a lot of bids. And it used to be a pretty big resistance as well. So yeah, this is going to be a very interesting earnings. Very interesting for Tessie here, for Mr. Elon. Mr. Elon. Mr. Elon. All right. Any day now, Elon. Any day now. Mr. Elon, can you please report the earnings already? I don't give a shit about your stock, so I don't need you to blue ball me here. Mr. Elon. Seriously, though. Come on, Elon. Hurry up. You can do it. The little Elon who could. Is this fourth quarter or is this their 10K? Or, I mean, is this first quarter or is this the 10K for last year? I want to say it's first quarter, but I honestly don't even know. Oh, there you go. Tap 250. Just got released, maybe. I don't know. Nothing yet on CNBC. I'm sure it's on Twitter, though, or something. Well, pretty uneventful. Pretty uneventful. I don't even think it came out yet, though. It's not going to the moon. It's going opposite, which is not good. I don't even think it's reported yet, though, so I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it has, but I feel like you'd get a breaking news update on here. So I really don't even think it's reported. Damn. All the indexes were up a lot today. But they were down quite a bit yesterday, it seemed like. Pretty much just gave the gains. Or gave back the losses. I really don't think this is out yet. Oh, Elon. Can you please report your earnings? Should be out. Maybe. I feel like CNBC would have a breaking news. I don't know. No, it's right here, I think. Yep, right here. I found it. No filing yet. The hell? What the heck? TOS News has it? I always forget. How do you get to that? I don't even remember how to get to that. It's been a long time since I looked at news on Thinkorswim. I don't even remember where you go. Or isn't it just like a sidebar thing? I don't fucking know. Yeah, it's right here. I always forget that you can do this. How come I haven't been using this before? Oh, that's why. Because it's a joke. There's hella articles all the time. But I think you can do this. I think I can... Oh, wow. Look how nice that is. Misses 0.41. Damn. Their sales are down too. Stock didn't move, though. Stock didn't move. This is cool. Market chatter. GameStop CEO Ryan Cohen wins partial dismissal in Bed Bath & Beyond stock lawsuit. Chatter. Damn. I should have been using this news thing a long ass time ago. That shit's useful. That shit's useful as hell. I'm gonna use that more often now. I completely forgot that was a thing. What is this? Why is it like this? Oh, it's a watch list. I see. I will delete this. No. Don't delete the watch list. Delete the gadget. There we go. There we go. Look at all that news we got now. That's nice. I like that. Sick. I completely forgot Thinkorswim had their own news. About time. I always shout it out around earnings times. I just never even like this is just the first time it's registered like, oh yeah. There's news on Thinkorswim. Like I've been using this shit for years and I just forgot that was a feature. I pretty much used this since I started. Bed Baths and how did they end up in Beyond? Well, that's Not the best way to start earnings, but at least it didn't break the support for now. So I guess I'll give it that. I can give it that, I guess. But other than that, you can't really give it a lot. I wish there was like a tab for the news, though, instead of that little sidebar thing. Thinkorswim has so many weird tools. Wait, you can do simulated trades on here? What? Add simulated trades? What's that? I can just do a simulated trade? I didn't know you could do this. What? So I can just buy a... That's so interesting. I don't want to do it, but... That's cool that you can have kind of like a paper trading thing within your account. So you don't have to have like multiple accounts and stuff. I just want to see how it works. Like, what happens if I buy a simulated option? Oh, wait. Market's closed. I can't buy options. I'll have to do that later. Well, that's lame. You have to have the tab out for news. Oh. I want to switch these places, though. Okay. Well, I should have known about that a long time ago. I could have saved a lot of things. A lot of efforts. So is Tesla just not moving? Yep. Figured. Anytime I bring up, you're usually in the heat of all the fake Twitter people posting fake earnings. That makes sense. That makes sense. Well, I guess, yeah. That was a good day for GameStop. I think, I don't know where to go from here. I guess I'll save the rest of the articles for tomorrow. So I'm sure there's going to be more, too. And insider buying, I guess, if we want. Who knows when we'll get to that. But yeah, I think I'm gonna get out of here. I don't really want to read the rest of these right now. Kind of want to go back to sleep. I'm sure I won't, but I want to. So, I'm out of here. Thank you guys for always supporting the stream as always. I appreciate it. Thank you. God bless you. I hope you had a good weekend. And yeah, I'm sure if you're holding GameStop right now, you're pretty excited. Another higher high close. Beautiful thing to see. A beautiful thing to see. Breakout of 27. It's looking good. And I mean, if it keeps going up like percents like this, like 3-4%, you know, the higher prices we go, the more the price goes up, like the actual price goes up percentage wise. Because once we start getting into the 30s, or, you know, 30 times 4%, you know, that's 1.2 compared to when we're at 25 times 4%. You know, you're going to be making about 20 more cents per 4% move. So the moves, you know, dollar-wise will start getting bigger as well, which will be nice. And yeah, so we'll see what happens. Thank you guys for supporting the stream. God bless you. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. I shouldn't be as dead tomorrow, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think so. We'll see, though. We'll see. But yeah, that's about it. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. I don't really know what else to say. But I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace!